Alright, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores coming with a quick video. I have to update y'all on several things, most notably Curtis Samuel, Logan Thomas, and Chase Young as well. It looks like Curtis Samuel and Logan Thomas should be slated to play Monday night versus the Seahawks, and I'm going to show y'all why. I'm going to break down everything that's going on with that situation. Like I said, I also have to update y'all on Chase Young's surgery. Then we also have to talk about some random stats from the Seattle game that's going to get interesting. And I got to promote our team for this Pro Bowl voting. For a lot of y'all who may not know, you can vote for the 2022 Pro Bowl already. And I'm going to give y'all some names from the Washington football team that you definitely should vote for because they actually deserve it. Don't just vote for them because they're your favorite team. But we have quite a bit of players, even outside of Terry McLaurin, that honestly deserve to go to the Pro Bowl this year. Also, there's some clues as to a new name coming up possibly, so we got to talk about that as well. And then just praise Jonathan Allen a little bit with a nice advanced stat from Pro Football Focus. Well, really it's a grade, but it puts them in elite company, all pro level company. But before we dive into all of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification immediately. And every time I release an informative and opinionated video just like this one, I will be live streaming during the Seahawks game tomorrow. So hopefully we can get that dub because my birthday is Tuesday. And so that game is a late night game. So we may go into 12 a.m. and it would be nice to have a dub on my birthday, but we'll see how all of that goes. But without further ado, man, let's get it. Alright, first of all, I got to update y'all on Curtis Samuel and Logan Thomas because I'm pretty sure that's why the majority of people probably clicked on this video. It has already been reported that Washington expects Curtis Samuel and Logan Thomas to return Monday night versus the Seahawks. So it's not even like a more than likely at this point. The Washington football team expects it. So that's really interesting. Curtis Samuel even said that he believes he has his full explosiveness back. But of course, time will tell because cuts and movements in practice can't fully replicate a game. So it doesn't matter how ready you are movement wise, can you take a hit? And we'll have to see. But all through practice, Curtis Samuel was doing work with the wide receivers. Logan Thomas was doing work with the tight ends. Like he was actually with them. He wasn't just on the side field. Ricky Seals-Jones was on the side field this week, so it's quite likely that he doesn't play. But Curtis Samuel and Logan Thomas pretty much picked up right where they left off. Curtis Samuel was limited in practices, but he still looks like he's good to go. And they were also getting some red zone reps, both of them. So that's a very good sign because that's like game plan. That is the part of practice where we're like, all right, this is how we're going to attack this team in this situation. So the fact that they were getting some nice red zone reps, that is definitely a good sign. But just to backtrack a little bit, and this is some information that came out of nowhere. It's amazing that they kept this a secret for so long. But Curtis Samuel underwent core muscle surgery by Dr. William Myers, same first name, so you know he did a good job, in June, and then he returned for a visit the week of the Bucks game. And during that visit, he underwent an MRI and received a steroid and anti-inflammatory injection. And to me, it's just crazy that, first of all, they kept it a secret this long. Like, how did they do that? But then most importantly, why? Like, why did they keep all of that a secret? Like, why did they not want us to know all of this information, not giving us constant updates? I'm not exactly sure why they wanted to be so ambiguous with everything. Every time Ron Rivera had a press conference and discussed Curtis Samuel, we were left like with no answer. He said a lot of words, but he really said nothing. And it was just a whole bunch of day-to-day and all of this type of stuff. I don't exactly know why they didn't inform us that he had surgery and, you know, the update after the Bucks game and things like that. Curtis Samuel said, quote, "I didn't imagine it to go this long. It's really crazy. It's frustrating. When you want to be out there so bad and something like this happens, it brings you down a little bit. I had a lot of people in my corner to help me get my spirits up." And that makes a lot of sense too, because it has to suck when you're not out there. You want to be out there so bad and you see your team losing games and you feel like if you were out there, they wouldn't have lost as many games. So yeah, that definitely has to weigh on his shoulders heavily. But he also had a quote where he talked about how happy he was seeing Terry McLaurin eat up every week. I mean, just week to week eating up. And he's basically like, I've been living vicariously through you and I can't wait to get out there and help you. Also, to backtrack some more, for those of y'all who may not know what's going on with the Curtis Samuel situation from the beginning, the genesis of all of this, Samuel Cosmi is returning from a groin injury that that he suffered during OTAs this offseason. So it's not like he was hurt when we signed him. He was fully healthy. Then he suffered the groin injury in OTAs, and it's lasted this long basically. And also Logan Thomas suffered a hamstring injury in week 4 in the win versus Atlanta. He suffered it like the first quarter, like first possession or something like that. And he's been on the injured reserve since. Also, Washington has until 4 p.m. Monday to activate Logan Thomas from the injured reserve and have him available to face the Seahawks. If he's not activated by then, the final deadline to bring him back will be December 15th. But we're expecting him to be elevated from the IR before 4 p.m. But we'll see. By 4 p.m., we will have a strong clue as to whether or not Logan Thomas is playing. Even though, again, to reiterate, it looks very, very likely that Curtis Samuel and Logan Thomas will play. But of course, Curtis Samuel may be limited with his play count, similar to how he was used in the Atlanta game, where he only was in the ball game for 12 to 15 plays. It wasn't even like he had 12 to 15 targets or 12 to 15 plays where he was a strong contributor. He literally was only on the field at all for 12 to 15 plays, and they may do something similar to that versus the Seahawks. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure if they'll do that with Logan Thomas, though. I feel like Logan Thomas, if he's ready, he's fully healthy, he's ready to go, because we need him to both block and be a receiving threat, especially in the red zone. So I can't see them throwing Logan Thomas out there for like a limited amount of plays, like 12 to 15, like they may do with Curtis Samuel. So I'm basically saying all of that to say that expect both of them to play, but expect to see more Logan Thomas than you see Curtis Samuel. Now moving on to Chase Young, major update, but this is also something that seemed like it got swept under the rug. I don't know how it's been kept a secret for so long, but Chase Young had ACL surgery back on Monday by Dr. James Andrews, and he's expected to make a full and normal recovery. Of course, Chase Young suffered the right knee injury in Washington's win over Tampa Bay on November 14th, and he finally had surgery Monday. They said he looks good to go. He should have a full recovery, so he should be back like nothing happened. I mean, with recent technology, a lot of guys come back from ACL injuries and surgeries and all kinds of leg injuries and end up being better, faster, more explosive than they ever were. So Chase Young may come back even better than he was before, but we'll see. Right now, we're just all in for week 1. Hopefully he'll be healthy enough to play week 1. Best case scenario, he's ready by training camp, but who knows, man? There may be a situation where he may not be ready until somewhere mid-season next season. But I think with the way he's built, how young he is, and he's just a freak athlete, they just don't make Chase Youngs in the world often. So if anything, you can lean more towards optimism as far as Chase Young's recovery and how soon he'll be back. Now, an interesting statistic from the Seattle matchup. Not sure if many of y'all know, but the Seahawks have been beaten on the Washington football team for a while. It's been 3 times that they have ended a Washington football team season as far as trying to make the playoffs and win streaks in 2005, 2007, and 2012. Last season, they ended our 4-game winning streak. So the Seahawks is always the bearer of bad news once we start to build some momentum. And hopefully Monday we can take care of business and finally hush them up for once. Now, Pro Bowl voting. Of course, you have the usuals like Terry McLaurin and Brandon Sheriff. And, you know, many of y'all may know that Jonathan Allen has been playing like an all-pro, at the very least a second-team all-pro this season. So those 3 are automatic Pro Bowlers, even though Brandon Sheriff has missed games, but he missed games last year and was somehow an all-pro. So, I mean, I'm just assuming Brandon Sheriff just has an automatic spot in the Pro Bowl. You don't have to really worry about that one. But Terry McLaurin and Jonathan Allen, we need to run those votes up because they definitely deserve to be in it. And honestly, for both of them, I feel like they deserve some level of all-pro consideration for sure. But then there are some names that you may not think about. DeAndre Carter definitely deserves some returning Pro Bowl votes for sure. I definitely think he should go. And then the fact that he's contributing is basically our wide receiver 2 right now. He's gone 3 straight games, 3 consecutive games with a touchdown reception as well. He has a kickoff return for a touchdown up until at least 2 weeks ago, and he may still be in front. He may still be leading in this statistic, but I know for a fact up until 3 weeks ago when I saw this statistic, DeAndre Carter was leading the NFL in yards per return. Again, he still may be in front in this statistic, so I definitely feel like he deserves it. Eric Flowers has been playing like a Pro Bowl level left guard for sure. Man, if Samuel Cosmi didn't get hurt, I would have said you definitely got to vote him in as well, but I feel like he's missed too many games. He's missed even more games than Brandon Sheriff. And like I said, I mean, I'm not even exactly sure if Brandon Sheriff has a Pro Bowl level resume this season, but he is a Pro Bowl talent. But he missed games last year just like he missed games this year, and not only made Pro Bowl, but again, he made All-Pro first team. So Brandon Sheriff is like an automatic, just because of his name, he's going to make the Pro Bowl. But I mean, Charles Leno, first 3 games were a little shaky, but since then, he's literally been playing like a Pro Bowler. If Antonio Gibson wasn't fumbling, you could probably vote him in as well. Cameron Curl, I feel like definitely deserves some serious consideration. He doesn't put up a lot of crazy stats in the box score, which is why he may not get a lot of votes outside of Washington Nation. But folks that really know football, like Pro Football Focus, those guys and guys that watch every player on every team and are real football heads, even outside of the Washington Football Team Nation, know that Cameron Curl is that dude and definitely deserves to be in the Pro Bowl. But again, he doesn't put up fantastic numbers on the box score. It's just so many little things that he does that leads to other guys at getting interceptions, other guys getting tackles. Open field tackle on Christian McCaffrey to pretty much win the game. That only shows up in the box score as 1 solo tackle, but that is a huge tackle. Somebody can have 10 tackles in one game and none of those tackles add up to the impact that Cameron Curl had in that 1 tackle. So Cameron Curl may not make the Pro Bowl, but he definitely deserves a lot of votes, especially from us as a nation that actually understand and appreciate how great he is. And the fact that he's so young, he's going to be so great for so long. I'm so excited about his career. And then, of course, Tress Way. We always got to throw Tress Way in there, man. Tress Way hasn't necessarily had his best season as far as pinning people deep within like their own 5-yard line like he usually is, but I'm still going to vote Tress Way just off of the fact that they messed up and didn't put him in the Pro Bowl previous years that they should have. So we're going to get some payback and get him in there this year, even though he hasn't been playing at the level that he normally does. And now there's new name controversy. Of course, this all started when Ron Rivera went on the Rich Eisen show just a couple of days ago and said that the new name will be announced shortly, very soon, which got everybody hype, including me, because I really want to know what this new name is going to be, even though like I'm tired of this whole process. I'm sick of it. I mean, it's just like, just announce it or don't. But these constant updates, I like us being informed, but it's not even like we're being informed. It's just more and more teasers. It's not we're closer to doing this specifically. We just get we're closer to the new name. Like, it's not even any real updates. So man, just go ahead and give us the new name, the new logo, and the new jerseys while you're at it. Even though these current jerseys I can actually rock with long term. I'm not mad at them. I would just love to get some better alternative jerseys. Like, I would love a mostly black jersey if they could figure it out. But yeah, man, that quote sent, of course, Burgundy and Gold Twitter into a frenzy. And then there's been all of these rumors that it may be the Commanders, because somebody that has like an insider in where merchandise is being produced, and like most of the merchandise for the Washington Football Team is being produced with the name Commanders on it, and something like that. There's a whole situation around that. So now a lot of people feel like it's going to be Commanders. I definitely prefer Red Wolves over Commanders way more. But again, I'm to the point where whatever the name is, I'm going to be the fan of the team. The name doesn't affect how much I rock with the team. At the end of the day, I'm here 0-17. I'm here 17-0. I'm here for the Commanders. I'm here for the Red Wolves. It's whatever. But I just want to go ahead and get it over with. I mean, just recently, not too long ago, a few months ago, they said that it was going to be announced right before the draft. And now there's also rumors that it may be announced on our, I believe, the 90th anniversary or something like that. And then now Ron Rivera said very soon. Does that mean before this season ends? So we'll see. Whole lot of speculation. And now Jonathan Allen already talked about the fact that he deserves to be an all-pro, at the very least a Pro Bowler. But Pro Football Focus, I mean, I've already given y'all plenty of advanced statistics and grades from all over the place, next gen stats, Pro Football Focus, all kinds of stuff. But here's a new one. Pro Football Focus graded the highest pass rushers as far as grades go for interior and defensive line. It's Aaron Donald with a 91.5. Jonathan Allen is right behind him at number 2 with a 91.4. Then the next guy is Javon Hargrave with a 90.3. So that's a considerable gap. Then the next person, 4th overall, is Cameron Hayward with the 86.8. That's another gap. And then Linval Joseph with the 85.8, and then 6th, DeForest Buckner with the 79.1. So Jonathan Allen and Aaron Donald are the only guys with a 91 point anything. Again, 3rd place is Javon Hargrave with a 90.3. Jonathan Allen has a 91.4, Aaron Donald has a 91.5, and that's definitely well deserved on Jonathan Allen's part, because he's been our best defensive player this year easily. It's between him and Cameron Curl, but I definitely got to get an edge to Jonathan Allen. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. Please get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about everything discussed in this video. Definitely let me know who you're voting for the Pro Bowl. Are you voting for all of the guys that I said we should vote for? Or are you not going to vote for some of those guys? Are you going to add some new names in that I didn't mention? And also, how do you feel about Curtis Samuel and Logan Thomas's chances of playing Monday night against the Seahawks? Also, how do you feel about Chase Young's possible recovery? Do you feel like he'll be ready by week 1? And just anything I discussed in this video, please get in the comment section. Even though I don't get a chance to reply to everything, I try to make sure I at least read everything, so I will be reading. Sometimes, again, I've been very busy, so I haven't been able to see everything, so I'm trying to reply to every comment that I can and read all of them. And of course, man, please like this video if you liked it, if you learned anything. I appreciate all of the support, man. Shouts out to everybody that pulls up to the streams and donates, whether it be through YouTube, through Cash App, whatever, man. I really appreciate y'all. And shouts out to all of my sponsors, especially my Pro Bowl sponsors, whose name you see scrolling on the screen right now. Man, again, I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.